Hey guys, Emma here. Welcome to part 3 of the Petunia Greenhouse build. So as you can see behind me, it is not completed. I thought I was going to get this all done in 3 videos, but it's going to be 4. So you'll just have to hold tight for the finishing touches, which mostly includes just the door, the windows, and some little bits and pieces of trim and kind of finishing off the area around the bottom of the greenhouse to kind of seal it shut in the bottom. So I'll walk you through what we've gotten through so far, but as you can see, it is looking good. You can probably see in this video, but there's a pretty decent slope from the side of my driveway that it goes down. So we've been just adding some scrap 2x6s to this corner, this side, and the back corner. And that's basically to bring the side of the greenhouse all the way down. And then I'll be getting a load of gravel and I'll be graveling in around this whole area and leveling out as much as possible the inside. You can see I've already started to put all of my gardening supplies in the greenhouse, which may or may not be a good idea, honestly, because it is filled to the brim. Outside of the 4-part video series that is building the Petunia greenhouse, I will have additional videos. This 4-part build video series is really just going to be building the structure in and of itself, getting it ready to go. All the finishing touches on the inside, like the shelving and hanging things and all that, will come later throughout the spring and summer as I have an opportunity to work on it. But I am just so excited. I hope you guys have enjoyed these videos so far. It's been really fun to share with you. I love doing time-lapse stuff where you actually get to satisfyingly see a structure being built over the course of time. I will be doing at the end, once I finish all of these 4-part series, I will be doing a full longer video that will basically time-lapse the entire thing from start to finish, and I might just have it be music over it instead of my voice, so stay tuned for that as well. Now that I've kind of given you the once over, I'm going to dip right into walking you through the progress that we made. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. Here we are removing the extra length on the 4x4s that we had originally planned on maybe adding some height to this greenhouse, but then it ended up being perfect. We had to add these extra 2x4s to be able to secure the polycarbonate, which I'll talk about at the end of this video of why we had an extra piece of polycarbonate in addition to the longer 8-foot stretch. On the sides is where we basically had to make angled cuts. To cut the polycarbonate, you have 2 options. If you're cutting widthwise across it, I used tin snips, and that happened to be the best way to cut it and most efficient. And then if you have to cut it lengthwise, we used a utility knife for that. Neither is really a lovely job, I would say, but it gets the job done. Measuring out, cutting, and securing the polycarbonate was probably the most time-consuming part of this project, merely just because every single piece had to be kind of tailored to our individual structure. Next step, you'll see that we're starting to begin to add the pine fascia and decorative trim around the entire structure, which is just going to make it look really finished and beautiful. Not included in the footage is me basically applying a clear coat to the pine trim and fascia boards. So I did do that as well. I just felt like it wasn't really exciting footage to take care of. So as you can see, we've got 2 corners done, the top 2 plates. We have to do around the door, all along the bottom, and the back 2 corners as well still for the trim. I also realized that I forgot to put the clear coat on the end of this piece, so I need to come back and hit that. Also not seen in this footage is us finishing up the rafters. That's because my husband and my father-in-law ended up coming in and working on this while I was at my office, but they ended up using rafter ties on both ends I think one of them is called hurricane ties and one is called rafter ties. Which one is which, I don't know. I am not a builder. I'm more of a gardener than anything. So you can see all the rafters are secured. The plans did account for every like 20 something inches, these pieces that are structural to basically give it some stability. However, they did not include these pieces back here. And the reason we added those was because instead of giving us recommendations to order 10-foot strips for the roof, they had all of the plastic polycarbonate 8-foot. And so after we got it, we realized that we needed this like 1.5 foot extra strip of polycarbonate, and they used the bottom scraps off the bottom, cut it off, and then used it up here. But it would have just been so much easier to have a 10-foot polycarbonate for the roof. So if I were to do this project again, I would have tried to, I guess, think about that in advance. Or that's just a recommendation for the plans in general. If you guys decide to build this greenhouse, for the pieces that are going to go on the roof, order 10-foot pieces. That way you don't have to deal with securing this extra 1.5 foot onto the bottom, and it looks a little not super beautiful. So it would have just been so much better to have it be a clean piece of polycarbonate all the way around. All right, I hope you guys enjoyed part 3 of the Petunia greenhouse build. Part 4 with the finishing touches being the door, finishing off the rest of the trim, also sealing the rest of the trim on the scraps, the little pieces that I forgot on the sides, and then adding the windows as well. I don't know if the gravel will be included because I'll have to have that ordered and delivered and dropped off at our house. But anyway, that will be happening. So part 4 coming very soon. I hope you guys stay tuned. I will also link in the description below the part 1 and 2 of the Petunia greenhouse build. And I hope you stay tuned and watch part 4 as well. Thanks for watching. See you later.